Good afternoon. It is 12:20 on Wednesday, January 29th. It's the new moon. It's the new Chinese New Year, year of the wood snake. I don't know, it feels good. I'm a fire snake, so it feels good to me. A lot of transformation this year. Fitting that I'm doing the Course in Miracles, A Course in Miracles, and I'm reflecting on lesson 28. It says, above all else, I want to see things differently. Yesterday, the day prior was, above all else, I want to see. Yesterday's lesson 28 that I'm reflecting on today is, above all else, I want to see things differently. And I love that I'm going to read a couple passages. I don't always do this from the lessons, but I feel like if they help me anchor into what this lesson's about, I like to read it out loud. You may wonder why it is important to say, for example, above all else, I want to see this table differently, because the lesson has you go through different objects, as mundane as they might be. I want to see that hat differently. I want to see this arm differently, whatever it is. In itself, it is not important at all. Yet what is by itself? And what does in itself mean? You see a lot of separate things about you, which really means you are not seeing at all. You either see or not. When you have seen one thing differently, you will see all things differently. The light you will see in any one of them is the same light you will see in them all. And when you really, I should say, when I really spent time, went slowly, I became so fully absorbed in the object of my perception, what I was looking at, that it sort of took on this like, whoa, life. And then as I shifted to another thing, I saw that same life force in it. Light, life, whatever you want to call that. I really started to feel that. And then here it is. You will not question what you have already defined, and the purpose of these exercises is to ask questions and receive the answers. In saying, above all else, I want to see this table differently, you are committing yourself to seeing. It is not an exclusive commitment. It is a commitment that applies to the table just as much as to anything else, neither more nor less. So I like that it's a commitment, because above all else is a commitment. I want is a commitment. To see things differently is a commitment to seeing things different than how I've been seeing them up to this point. Is that AC even working? Oh my Lord, today is a hot one. Probably because there doesn't feel like there's any breeze going on today. So what I'm going to do is see if there's anything else I wanted to read. Yeah, and you are making a commitment to each of them to let its purpose be revealed to you instead of placing your own judgment upon it. And I think that's why it took me longer to stare at it. I'm looking at that hat, and the more I got absorbed into it, by it, it did start to have its own purpose and meaning and life force apart from what I perceived it to be originally. Oh, it's a hat, I use it to keep the sun off my face. Whatever. And it's oh God, it is its own thing. I can't explain it, I'll just have to practice it. So I really like that it's, if I do the practice more and more, God, I'm so hot. I think this is a hot flash. Let me down. I just poured some cold water in here. Oh my God. So I noticed that as I remember to do the practice, it immediately resets my brain in a way that's without expectation, without judgment, without comparison, because comparison and judgment are the same thing. We might put a heavier tone or feeling or texture onto the word judgment just because it's like, oh, I feel like I'm being judged. You know, we put other tones, flavors, whatever into these words when really judgment is just comparison. I'm comparing the thing with how I perceive it should be, which means I'm comparing it to things I know in my past awareness about the likeness of things. Oh, that one's different. It should be like that thing, you know, that behavior should look like that. So it really helps me see things fresh, new, without expectation, if I remember to practice. Otherwise, this monkey brain, oh man, it's all about comparison, because we've needed comparison, evolutionarily speaking, to survive to this point in our evolution. Like biologically, we compare which one of these things is not like the other. Okay, I didn't die from eating those berries. Do these berries look the same or different? If they look different, I'm really taking a risk. Yeah, I might die. So it's like so deeply ingrained in us to compare. I think we've just gotten a little runaway train with it. Like we compare people against people, because also that's been a form of safety for us. Like, I know this person doesn't harm me, so therefore if there's another person who exhibits those same traits, I feel like I'm safe around them. If that person's harmed me in any way, if I see another trait like that, I'm guarded. So yeah, it's a form of protection, self-preservation. I get it. It's just my monkey brain gets a little run away with it, and it's like compare, 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 compare. I'm tired of it. And so I really liked this exercise for the fact that it's like, above all else, I do want to see things differently. I am craving it so badly for my own just peace of mind. My brain is fatigued. And because I notice it now, every time I get that comparison thing kicks in, I'm like, come on already. Where it used to be like I wouldn't even notice it. It was just like so deeply part of me that I couldn't see myself apart from it. And the more space I've been creating and work I've been doing and all that healing stuff, which is amazing and can be exhausting. It's like, yeah, I'm done with comparing. I'm done. You know, when you hit a wall with something, you're just like, I'm over it. That's how I feel about comparing. Doesn't mean it's not still gonna happen. Because the ego, it's like that whole thing I've been talking about of like making friends with my ego so it doesn't feel like it has to compare anymore. Yeah, self-journey. That's what I'm doing. It's working for me slowly. I really liked this lesson a lot. So that's what I've got for lesson 28 in A Course in Miracles. Lesson 29 is amazing. I can't wait to talk about it tomorrow. I'm going to keep practicing it today. It's some feel-good stuff. Yeah. So anyway, hope you have a great day. Bye.